Hello, and welcome back to DROD RPG 2. I remembered this time. I don't remember what the episode number is, so we'll just say Grapple Path. We are on to taking the grappling hook up here and fetch the pie into the fort. Reminder, there are 2 attack gems that we know of that we haven't taken. This is just from that. Okay, well, might as well do this and this. And now we can swap out the grappling hook and still get in here. So, keeping in mind we can be proceeding forward with the buckler. So if we are doing any fighting, we need to switch our accessory before we actually do the fighting. Okay, well here's the attack, which is all we needed, right, for the goblins? Yep. And this is 4 green keys. Yikes. We can do it. Okay, Sentry is still slightly cheaper. And here's an inventory. Okay, so Sentry is probably worth doing. Thing is, because if we put it off a little bit, we could get the Tar Baby, which would then save us even more. So I guess we might as well look around first. Okay, backtracking path. Right, security eye. Time for these. And yeah, we definitely want these to be cheaper as well. So I think we probably just do that. Just once. I'd like to be able to sneak in. And I'd get in, and I would dictate the timing of stuff. But it looks like this place is going to be nice and ready for me as well. Yeah. So, these things move. If they move next to you, they hit you. It says 340. So 4 hits. It attacks me. It hits me 5 times. That makes sense. If I bump it, also 5. Makes sense. If I run away from it, it just hits me every single turn. So yeah, we can do this, and then we'd only have 4 hits. Which I think is what we have to do here, because there's not really any way to get away from it. So yes, if we are making any forward progress, now is just the time to get more attack. Uh, 4 yellows for 2 and 600? Yikes. That's not the best health trade we've seen. Alright. So now these security eyes, we're not getting those cheaper, so now we might as well continue with this. That's the best I can do. Okay, for this one, I cannot get it in here. I might be able to if I do that. But then I just have the problem of it hitting me a whole bunch of times and I get by anyway. So there's like the suggestion that maybe you can take advantage of the fact that this thing moves, but I really don't think you can. I think you just kind of have to fight it. Oh well. Alright, now we're over here. Break open a grapple point. Goblins looking nice and cheap. Okay, nothing I can do, that's just going to happen. Which means that I guess we're just taking another security eye fight. Yeah, I don't think there was any other way around that. Okay, you are guarding a key. We can fight you later. You are 21 attack, that's not happening, so we might as well fight you now. You're here, as expected. So I assume you're going to be uncooperative, refuse to move from the pressure plate, and be completely unhelpful as to why a pie tin is worth more than your life? Yeah, pretty much. Also, you killed my friend. Therefore, I have both loyal and personal reasons to kill you. Well, Greb, I'm gonna have to kill you too. You might be more polite and direct than your predecessor, but that won't help you any. Well, that's obvious. That's what my sword and armor are for. Begin when you're ready. Yeah, so again, you face. You hit me if I move next to you. So you get one extra hit because of the way you work. Ah, this explains it all. It's unfortunate. You will probably win in the end. But you will face great hardship. Thanks a bunch. Anything more important? Please, let me die in peace. Alright, we've defeated the second scout, and still a personal best. It's just going to be personal bests all the way through. I don't imagine. If I'm ahead at this point, I didn't optimize for other score points at any point, so that's just the way it's going to be. Wait, what? Ha, you fool! And now, to make my escape. Alright, well, I don't think there's anything we could have done about that. The most aggravating part is that I stabbed him until I thought he was dead. And then he took advantage of the fact that I didn't prioritize him. For now, I will gather my resolve and let my sword speak my mind. I will think of something later. Alright, base, hydroponic garden, and gate. Well, no garden access for us yet. But we do have access to the base, and also we have our belt buckler equipped. Just double checking to make sure that we are doing sensible things. Alright, and this brings us down to the 5th level. Again. So yeah, just to confirm, we have this. Goblins are, yeah, probably the state that we will be clearing this in. We might get the Goblin Commander cheaper before, depending on whether we really need this 3 attack for something else. And then over here, we can hit the gas toxin finally. We do 1 damage to it. Okay. 1 damage per hit. It's going to take a while. Sword sentries, yeah, very close. And the next level we know is a ×4 multiplier, so it could actually just be 1 more attack gem to make it free. It depends. The room down this passageway is a hidden room. Okay, well, we might as well just solve the puzzle. I have a grappling hook, might as well use it, right? Okay, that leaves us a nice path back. We can do this. Clear that part. There we go. Hidden room. Okay, that's just damage for keys. I'm going to keep the grappling hook on because I think... yeah, okay. Right, we have 1 more puzzle before we get to the end. Another grappling hook puzzle. So we have to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, we have to go back and forth twice across this. We can also, what that does is it saves us 2 yellow keys. But if we assume that we're going to be doing the yellow for 600 trade at some point, it's really just saving us 1 yellow key. Alright, so could do that. I do not recommend doing that. What we're going to do is try to spend as little time on the center as possible. So I guess we'll start with this. And then that. I think I messed up somewhere, because, yeah, these quite so I probably actually just wanted to do this then. Is that right? No. Okay. Okay, let's do that first, maybe. The problem is that these tiles are not very useful unless I've already cleared these, and then I'm using these from them. Alright, so can I... If I do this, that gives me... an interesting layout. But yeah, again, I'm not making use of those. Okay, I think that does it. Grappling hook trapdoor puzzle, a more advanced form of trapdoor puzzle. And finally, 6th level. Vincent descended the stairs into the cold fortress. At this point, the fact that he would be facing a veritable field of swords did not worry him. He knew, along with his peers, that the only way to handle an enemy sword was to avoid it or withstand it. Vincent decided that he was committed. It wasn't just that Vincent would avoid dying, no, he would refuse to die, and he would figure out the whole matter. Oh, that's a long stairway. Alright, we have another fast travel point. Been a while since we've had one of these. Alright, I'm inside. Looks like I've got a lot of hard work ahead of me. That's a good sign, though. I'm now inside a place people want me outside of. Yes, there might even be pie. Or at least a tin for pie. Okay, so we cannot use the grappling hook to skip you, so let's just switch before I forget. Okay, getting some more yellow keys, that feels good, because we were a little bit low. And nothing we can do, we just have to fight you. Yeah, so this is where we start... Like, the different levels kind of have their themes. 4th and 5th level were very goblin-themed. 6th level is going to be sorted entity-themed, which is interesting. Alright, so with you guys, now you're brained. I can spend a green key to prevent that. It doesn't actually help all that much, though. I mean, this saves me 320 to 140. So that's what, 180 apiece? So 400, 360, and then I get 200 from this potion, so 560 health for a green key. Alternatively, I can actually skip this if I use the grappling hook, I could take one hit. I'm taking a hit of 320, but you guys only take one hit to kill anyway, so there's no reason to do that. So I could skip here, and then I could go here, and also, jumping here, I just fight you instantly. Okay, so yeah, grappling hook doesn't help here. I guess I could skip this yellow door, but again, I just have to take a couple sword hits to do it. So really, it's just a matter of, am I spending the keys for the health? I have had a lot of green keys. There are a ton of green keys left around. I'm gonna save and probably not come back here. Oh, I hit caps lock at one point. As you do. I'm just gonna take the health. Because I'm more worried about my health than I am about my green keys. Okay, I can spend a bunch of money to avoid having to ever deal with you. There are a lot of these Greckle for health trades that I haven't been making. But this would be 320 Greckles to avoid 55. 455 damage. Yeah. I guess I'll do that. Or we can do some door knocking. There we go. And that way we only have to spend twice, because we can't get back, but we do have the orbs, so we can get back. Alright, 12 attack. This is a nice room. This is... This is a fairly complicated room, as I recall. I think we'll leave that until we actually need the attack. Alright, Mimic Puzzle. Okay, so what we're doing here is... we're trying to grab these keys before we step here. This mimic this mimic has to go here, which is doable. This setup looks pretty easy. The intruder is here. Oh, you're free. Okay, seal him in and move to attack. They were responding to my commands earlier. Sorry, but the fact that I'm a Smite Master takes precedence. The mimics here are under my control. Well, I'll just tell Commander you're here then. But just between you and me, you should probably just leave now. Your current methods are setting you up for disappointment. I don't know, my current methods are setting me up for lots of stats, I think. Even if 1,000 men were to tell me to turn back now, I wouldn't. But I should remind myself that the one thing I'm looking for now is the truth. No, it's not, it's a pie tin. Don't lie to yourself, Vincent. Okay, so I can do that kind of thing. But the thing is, I can't push back a second time because then this happens. Oops. Yes. So that's the amount of leverage that I have. Now I can do that. Which gives me enough, okay, for some reason I thought I was going to be over one more than that, but I was not. Okay. There we go. And then for you, yeah, we lock that. And we do have to spend a yellow key to get through here. But that's fine. And there we go. And we are never killing those. I guess I could have killed you for 45 grackles before, because these are... nope, killing you would have been bad altogether. Okay, well, we will mark that room off, because we're never coming back here again. Well, we'll be coming through here multiple times, but we're never killing anything here. Alright, we have... let's check our... 4, okay. Ah, the old double stabbing trick. That one's been documented at the Smite Masters Guild for ages. Yeah, so 4 more attack for a tar baby. We definitely want to go back at this point and resolve that before... well, do we? Because... Can do that. Yeah, we can do that. And then to get through here, I'm just trying to see, is there a way to get through here without having to fight anything? I'm thinking maybe not, because we're doing a double stab. That means either the Mimic or myself stand on the arrow. Yeah, but I mean, I guess it could be a gel baby fight, which kind of don't want to do. There are Ormites up here to reorient, however, I can also just leave the room to reorient, so I have options. So how do I do this part? Mimic. If the Mimic is on the arrow, its sword is going to be here. My sword is going to be here, either facing one of these 3 ways. But the result of that is, how do I get out? I can move directly this way. So in that situation, I cannot turn my sword, because either way I trigger a fight. So the only other option then is movement, and I can move... Well, if my sword is facing north, I can't move. I can move diagonally, actually. However, if I ever move diagonally up in this direction, the Mimic will move and stab a tar baby. And if the Mimic, I guess, I don't know if I've shown this in this playthrough, but if the Mimic stabs something, then we fight it and it uses our stats and we take damage. So that's why I'm doing all these considerations right now. So yeah, standing here north lets us get out without triggering a fight ourselves, but because we have to make the northwest move, that's going to cause the Mimic to stab something. If we're here, I mean, no matter what we do, we're going to have to move northwest, because we have to get around you. And the only way to do that with our sword facing in a northern direction is to be standing here and go northwest. I guess if we're here and we stab this, we can go south, south, south. Yeah, we have to go northwest here instead to avoid hitting you. So no matter what we try to do, this is not possible with the Mimic here. Okay, what if we have Mimic here facing northwest, me here facing northwest. The problem with that is that I stab this just by going north. Okay, well, I could... rather than visualize this, it's probably reasonable just to show it. Okay, so if I do something like this, I wanted you... okay, no, I want you to be... I think I want you to be like this. Okay, we can get in this way. We can do this. That gets us both into positions. However, from here... my sword is facing the wrong way. Also, interesting. I can stab myself with the Mimic and it doesn't trigger a fight. I guess that makes sense. I don't think I've ever done that before. But yeah, that does make sense. Okay. So if we were facing in a different direction, the problem is... Okay, if I have you here, maybe that's a way to do it. Almost. Thing is, it's the same problem. Okay, well, let's assume I was able to do this with the gel baby gone. From here, I mean, okay, yeah, trivially, there's literally no move I can make here that will not trigger a fight. Okay, so... I think what I'm getting out of this is that I have to fight at least one tar baby to clear this room. So I want 4 more attack before I come in here. Now there's 4 more attack over here. 4 more attack doesn't make any difference on you guys, so I think I might as well just do this now. Okay, that closes this, so we don't want that. We have either 1 or 2 yellow doors. Also, we have the option of coming through with or without a weapon. I want to avoid dropping the trapdoors. Rather than talk this through, let's just look at it and see what happens. So if I do this, that... right, this is what triggered that. Okay, so this is open, but only while you're on... Oh no, it's just permanently open, okay. So this means on the next run through, I can come through with the grappling hook. And... me being disarmed doesn't matter, and then, yeah, grappling hook means this doesn't matter. Okay, so I think there's no situation in which I want to enter this without a weapon. Alright, so with the grappling hook, I'm going to have less defense, which means I'll be doing the gel baby route. So, let's see, I can do that, and I take 85 damage. I can spend 40 to avoid taking 85. Let's just do it. And that gets us the attack. However, because we've dropped everything, if we come through here with the grappling hook, we now actually need to spend a 3rd key. So it's now 3 yellow keys to get in here. Okay. Alternatively, if I had taken this route first, that trapdoor is still there. So I can just use the trapdoor. If I just come in through with a grappling hook, I can just get in. Then I will go... Oh no, I don't even jump here. Okay, so I think that's actually the answer. You spend 2 yellow keys, and then you just don't need any more yellow keys to ever interact with this room again. But we want to wait until that gel baby's cheaper. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. Let's just do a quick save and run through that simulation to make sure I didn't mess it up. Test. I have to make the save because otherwise I will be unable to reload. Right, so the problem here, I guess, is that I do still need to spend a key if I ever want to get in here. And that's just to let me out. Okay. So I'm spending a yellow key to get 200 health once the security eye is free. I mean, that's a pretty terrible trade, but I mean, it's going to be pretty terrible whenever. So I think we're satisfied with what we've done here. Okay, so now, yeah, those are cheaper. And our goal then is to just do a single fight, which I think makes it easiest if we just have put the mimic in first? Is that... too close. Okay, I'm not getting the leverage I want, so I'll do it this way instead. There we go. Right. How do I get you into that spot without triggering all sorts of bad stuff? Just like that. Okay. Yeah, so now I guess we can test if this is going to play out as I expected. Answer is yes. We did need to do at least that to get through. How do I... just with that, okay. I don't suppose this... well, it doesn't matter. If you locked the mimic up here, that would be kind of nice, but I guess what we can do is that. Okay. The mimic is out of trouble, it doesn't even matter what my orientation is. So the mimic's not going to pick any fights if I'm traveling through that room. Small Vault B, Armory. Oh, Armory access. Storage security. Personnel. Well, I do like my small vaults. Weapon upgrade. And that just strictly replaces the short sword because it's a metal weapon with a higher attack damage, so there's no reason to keep the short sword that we've started with. Finally, on the 6th level, we get a new weapon. Well, let's explore. Don't even need to do a save if I'm just exploring. Okay, sword sentries are free, but that one has a sword in the way. Okay, that's an interesting shop room. I like how you can see the shadows from the crenellations here. Lighting is something that doesn't get used all that frequently. A lot of people don't bother with it. I've started experimenting with it in regular DROD with my architecture, but you know, it's just an extra layer of detail that you can put on things that don't matter. I also find it kind of funny because I was watching Rapscuttle playing through some of the Descent of King Hesper, and in particular, when he was playing through my synergic motor level, he just plays with alpha off, so like the alpha mode or whatever, so he doesn't get lighting effects at all. And man, that level looks ugly without the lighting effects that I put in it. Thought that was kind of funny. Alright, so we got... Got a mobile enemy here. We can get around you and grab these things, I'm pretty sure, but you are slightly tricky, and if I mess up and then try to fast travel or take the wrong exits, you're just going to ambush me and I'm going to be forced to fight you, and I really don't need to fight you. Again, enemies like that, I'm not a huge fan of in RPG, because it just makes things less stable. Like even this Mimic, like trying to set it up so I can fast travel through this room without having to worry about losing stats randomly. Unexpectedly, I should say, it's not random. Alright, so we got a brain in here, which, okay, killing the brain just opens that. Okay, so it's kind of mirrored thing going on here. So we can fight the Mimic, which, I mean, we can rotate the Mimic for what that's worth. Mimic is guarding a key, and then we've got a yellow door. Alternatively, we go through here, we can spend a key, get rid of you. So either way, it's a yellow key to get rid of the brain. And then you guys... I mean, we're taking 2 hits, so we might as well just kill you for the Greckles, because stepping on here just to get rid of the trapdoors doesn't do a whole lot for us. But we're going to have to pay to get in there, so I don't want to start doing that yet. Okay, well... We are at a point where we do have to just start doing things. Okay, might as well do that. And yeah, we take the fight or we spend a key. So I guess now is when we do the scout. Try not to be bothered by the fact that I'm inconsistent between scout and scouting. Okay. If there was another way around, that would be something. Oh yeah, this room. Much easier to get through disarmed. We don't have to worry about picking fights with the Mimics. That's the wrong type of disarm. Okay, we do have a place right there. Okay, and this is how you get up here, and I did know about that. Small vault B. So yeah, we can get a sword. However, if we go up here... oh no! Finds my secret hidey hole. Me and my team gonna shish you up real good. All the sorted enemies. But we can finally get a shield upgrade. So this is obviously the highest priority, and I did just get here with just one fight, so I think now is just the time to do this. Red Sentry can be cheaper with one more attack gem. so I guess we go back to the goblin level. Because we have the free one behind the sword sentry there. Alright, so yeah, the scouting run's over. Time to... Time to get ourselves some stuff. 5th level... Yeah, I guess this will be the fastest. Yeah, you are free. So might as well just grab that. No point in taking any of these other fights yet, because I'm just about to get a shield. Had to move a little bit. I guess I could have probably gotten this gem too. In fact, let's No, how do we get this one without... Oh, I think that's what the arrow's for. Vertical preference. Okay, so that lets us get some distance. Then we have enough of a distance that you can't get to us. But then you ambush us here. So I got the health. Well, I think that's the best I can do here, because I don't really have any other way. Like, there's nowhere else I can stash you. And like, that doesn't help. So maybe I can't get that attack without fighting this guy. Oh, no, I know what it is, right. That old trick. There we go. And put you back in here. Okay, so we actually got 2 attack gems that time for free. Which, Goblin Commander is getting close to cheaper, but we're taking multiple fights in order to get cheaper, so I think at this point we just do this. Okay, and then we leave the room so that we can fight the Mimic. Here, a bronze shield. This will help me a whole lot. I'll just have to keep it well away from more mites. Yeah. That's the thing. Alright, well, that's a very solid start. And we're still doing fairly well in terms of health. That's an expensive health potion. Okay, Tar Mother is almost free, so we probably want to make her free before we get in here. We do have to get in here in order to get up to our sword, though. What is the sword? Can I can't right-click, can I? Because I'm... Yeah. Don't remember what the longsword is. The short sword's plus 30. Longsword is it 50 or 60? I feel like it's going to be a plus 20 above what I currently am at. So it's good. Yeah, it's definitely good, but not the most urgent thing ever. Okay, so now that we have the shield, we can... we're not getting any defense upgrades again for a while. So time to continue. We just have to get through here once, right? And then, yeah, we fast travel. So let's just get this done. Since it is free. Yeah, okay, that's the trick. You just have to reverse your direction one time. Hey, we can be disarmed without a weapon. That doesn't come up too often. Okay, blue door, a bunch of vaults. I guess we're gonna lose all of our green keys once we have access to this room. That's fine, there are a ton of green keys available still, so yeah, getting through here gets us +8 attack. For now, that's all we really need to know. Might as well re-equip while I'm here. In fact, this is an Hormite room, so let's just look at how we're doing. Pretty close to Sword Sentry being free again. We definitely want to do that. Sword Sentry being free is attack, and the rest of this is just for keys. Okay, so we're really looking for +5 attack. We have that +3 from the goblins still that we can go pick up. Security eyes will be cheaper eventually. Soon even. Okay, so I could just stab you. I have to stab both of you to get it to get in here. Okay, it doesn't really show anything, but good to have the option. So getting in here requires getting rid of both of these. Now the reason I wouldn't want to do that, well, if I do this, you're just gonna cut. And then I need to change this to mud to get through. Now, if I don't have you do that automatically, I can do this. Which doesn't really help me. Okay, this exists so that we can't just clear all of the tar. So this is suggestive of doing a multi-stab, but I really don't see any value in having that particular multi-stab. So like, I don't think these guys actually make any difference at all. Yeah, if I leave him alive, the options are that, and then he just stabs before I can do anything. Or this, and then I could steal the stab, I guess, but it's the same net effect. So yeah, I don't see any value in leaving this guy alive at all. Which always weirds me out when that happens, because it looks like it should be meaningful, but it just isn't. As for you, I can just kill you, and then I spend a yellow key to drop all the trapdoors, and I get 2 yellow keys back. Here's how this is going to go. Because that's the other side of this, right? Because he's making that cut. No, because he's making that cut. Okay, so I'm actually spending a yellow key for 400 health. I see. And then if I wanted the health instead, I'd be able to do that, so that I could choose to have the health instead of having the keys. So that's really what's going on here. Okay. I'm making a choice between health and keys. I'm probably just going to do both because it's 1 yellow key to get 400 health, and I mean, regardless, this involves fighting tar babies, so not right now. Okay, this room. Well, I hit this, and then you get free. The problem is you can block me from grappling into the room. Well, okay. So, if I don't kill any of these enemies, I just hit this orb. Rather than talking about it, I can just show it, I guess. Oh, good that I did that, because I didn't realize you were actually going to block the tunnel. Okay, so that's what happens. You can move on tunnels. If I kill one of these enemies, then I can get you into the nook, and then, like, let's say if you're down here, I can come up this way and I can get you stuck on the arrow. And then you will be in the way, so actually I want to do it over here. Which is why this is the more expensive enemy, I guess. But yeah, we can avoid this security eye fight. So let's just do this now. So get the grappling hook, spend the money, do that. I do need to grapple across to kill you. So I am taking 10 extra damage from not having the buckler, but there's just nothing I can do about that if I'm wanting to avoid this fight. Then I do that, and there we go. Now I can spend 80 Gruckles for a key. What? Oh, that actually... that locked me out of that trade. Do I care? A green key for a yellow and 200? I don't see myself doing that, but also I don't need the key just yet, so I guess we'll put off making a decision. That's what we do. Procrastination, the game. Procedural note 67 Omicron. Security eyes and their derivatives will not move if their target initiates combat on their turn in order to log the details. If a security eye initiates combat through bumping, all eyes that move after that eye will pause. This usually doesn't matter. Okay, so just explaining some weirdness of how the enemy movement's going to work out in this room. Also, we do have to trade a yellow key and some health for a blue key. Obviously, we do this later once things are cheaper. And we are only one attack gem away from gel babies being cheaper, so that's good. And once we get to that point... Okay, still 11 on you. Which is 4 plus 4 plus 3, so that plus 3 on the goblin level is starting to look pretty good. Alright, so what's going on with this room? We can... Okay, we want to get the mimic here. We can spend a green key to kill the brain and a second green key to kill the mimic on the hot tile. Alright, so what's really going on here is that we have to fight you to get through. Okay, I don't really want to spend a green key for 340 health, so I think we're just going to do that. So I'm looking for 7 attack. 4 and 3. And there are lots of places I can be getting it. Okay, so this room is interesting because I can disarm. Oh, you guys wouldn't even hurt me. And then I have to fight. So I'm taking 70 damage if I get through that way. Alternatively, if I spend the money, taking 0 damage. Or spend the key, rather. So we add 70 here. So 330? 330 health for a yellow key. I feel like I have a lot of yellow key for health trades that are better than that. So I'm just not going to do it. And even disarmed, you can't get the first hit on an eye. I don't like being disarmed when I'm in this room, so let's just do that. Oh, I explored that room yet. Okay. Not that it really matters, but I like to have my sword. Right, this I remember being an impossible puzzle. I remember this room. Okay, well we did just hit a checkpoint on you guys, so... this is about as cheap as you're going to be for this level. Yeah, 47 attack is not happening unless I get the sword and the sword ends up being like a plus 40 improvement, which I highly doubt. But regardless, we're going to want Tar Mother to be free before that, because we're saving 65 on you, but much more than that on the Tar Mother. I just looked at it and I don't remember the number. I'm going to say 140. 120. Okay, close enough. Right, so for this room, the weird thing about this one is that I want to get in here. I need this to be clear. The only way this room will be, this pressure plate will be clear while I'm here is if you are on a door. And this is a toggle. This is a toggle, which means I step here, then you have to be off of this pressure plate for 2 turns, which, when I'm in this position, is clearly impossible. So yeah, I think this whole room, it's actually just an impossible puzzle. That is my analysis. Puzzle solved. Not going to worry about it. If anybody has a more clever way of solving that room, let me know. I am very curious. Alright, here... I mean, here's another 4 attack. This is just a puzzle for key and potion. I just kind of skip this room, so let's not do that. Yeah, so the trick here, I think, is if I'm standing here with the eye here, I can surprise from behind with the mimic. I think that's what's going on here. But even if we do that, we're still taking some damage. So it's resources we don't need. Let's not do it. Okay. Analysis complete. Okay, over here, I step down here. This opens this plate. You come down here. I then want to go all the way over here and have you step here. So the puzzle here is really what resources am I willing to spend to get through here. So you are free, but the problem is I need the door to be locked. So really the cost is 170 health and 40 Greckles plus 120. So 290 health and 40 Greckles, 120 health and a yellow key, or 120 health and a green key. Those are my choices here. I do know that I need a lot of green keys for, is it here? This room. And you're free, so this just kind of looks like the best choice to me. So that's what I'm going to do. Close the door, got ourselves a map for what that's worth, and we can fight the rest of those later for money. Alright, 6th level, kind of a weird one. It's more much more puzzle-based. You've got the combination of sorted enemies and the security eyes. But things went fairly smoothly, I'd say. Oh, and we don't even have to go back for the goblins, because we got one more attack gem than I thought. Okay. Yeah, so many stats. Well, we're coming in on an hour, by which I mean we just passed an hour. So I think I was just going to get there, but there's a little bit involved, including spending 2 yellows and 2 greens. This is not cheap. But I guess we're probably going to do that and get ourselves a new sword at the start of the next episode. I will see you then.